Alright, so I was finally able to find a Toys R Us that carried the Halo Minimates Series 3. And since my last Halo review was June and Emil, I explained that pretty much I have no interest in the other figures anymore. It's just the Reach figures. Same thing applies to this wave. It's just Carter and Kat are the only ones I'm interested in. Not because I really particularly like the characters in Reach. They were all kind of bland and they died really, really dumb ways. But just because they have removable helmets, I always love that in a figure, and I do like their armor designs. Yeah, I didn't want the Spartan ODST white because I already have, I think, like one ODST. Elite Combat is the only other one that I would maybe want, but I don't really want it. Spartan Mark 6 blue. I have so many Mark 6s already. It's annoying. A Brute Stalker, active camo. Not really into the active camo figures. Spartan CQB. I already have a CQB. I think in the same color. No, it's a blue one. And then a Brute Stalker. I already have a Brute, and I don't really like the Cylon design here. But yeah, here we got bios for Carter and Kat. During the fall of Reach, Carter was the commander of an elite team of Spartans referred to as Noble Team. Charismatic, reassuring, and also known to be cool under pressure, Carter was considered a born leader. He inspired confidence in all of those under his command. I don't really remember him being charismatic. I think that's like a no-no in the Halo games. As second in command of Noble Team, Lieutenant Commander Kat was considered an exemplary soldier and brilliant cryptanalyst. Alright. Even during times of limited intel, her ability to read a situation and react accordingly was considered supernatural, making her invisible to the team. Okay then. So yeah, also something that's noteworthy is the new packaging. It's pretty much the same packaging, it's just blue. Blue with white background. You see Halos in blue. And you got a little Series 3 tab going on there. I do like the packaging. I actually might like the packaging a little bit better now. Although I did like when the Reach figures would have their own specific packaging. How it would say Reach on it, and it was pretty cool. But, whatever. Without further ado, let me just open these guys up and review them. Alright, so here we have Carter. First, we shall start with the head. The mask is pretty cool. It looks sort of like a CQB mask. And, actually, I don't know. It looks kind of like this here mask. I don't know what you'd call it, because I'm not that big a Halo fan. I don't know the different armor names. It kind of looks like that one. Just like the visor shape and kind of the shape of the head. But, I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Cross between a CQB and whatever that was. But yeah, it's got a couple different, what do you call them, colors. Got some blacks, some blues. Yeah, I do really like the look of the helmet. However, like with all the other Halo Minimates, it does look like it's been squashed down, which is somewhat unfortunate. But anyway, like I said, the main draw for me with these figures is the removable helmet with a face underneath. And I'll just show you that. Here is Carter. At first, I really didn't like this face, but then I actually compared it to a picture of the character with his mask off, and it actually does look quite a bit like him. The scars aren't as pronounced like in the game, and here they just kind of brought them out a little bit more just to give him a little more detail, and I do really like this. Just like with George, they detailed the hair on the figure instead of giving him a separate hair piece, which I probably actually would have rathered a hair piece, but whatever. And without the helmet on, the head does look a little bit too small to go with the body, but at the same time, it actually reminds me of like the War Machine figures, the James Rode in the Mark II, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. Now for his body, it kind of looks like a souped up version of the Noble 6 Minimate, just with a sheath and a knife, some more pouches there, shoulder pads, stuff like that. Everything is very nicely detailed. Lots of lines of detail. Some paint issues, but I always bring this up. At this size, it doesn't really matter, and it's to be expected. Here's his shoulder pad, very nice. His gauntlets look very familiar at this time. It's because they've pretty much been used for all the Reach figures. This shoulder has a bigger shoulder pad and some more detail on it. Very, very cool. On the back he's got some more detail, some pouches. Very cool. And just like the gloves, his boots are pretty much exactly what we've seen with most of the Reach figures. We've seen them with Emil, June, Noble 6. I think the only one who doesn't have them is George. He has a little bit different of a design. But yeah, these are pretty much the same things, just there's a little white paint loop kind of going on his right leg here. So yeah, pretty cool. Carter does come with one accessory, and thankfully it is not just a reuse of the assault rifle or a battle rifle. It is actually a brand new Halo Reach design of the battle rifle. So here you have it. This is the brand new Halo Reach battle rifle. At least I think that's what it is. I don't think it's an assault rifle. It definitely looks like a battle rifle. Like I keep saying, I'm not that big a Halo fan. I don't keep track of the names of the weapons or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really glad that we're getting some new weapons finally. It's only taken us, what, like 3 waves and a box set to get some new weapons. But whatever, it looks very nice. He can't really hold it that great because his hands are kind of sculpted a little too wide to hold it. So yeah, you just gotta find a good spot to prop it up in there and hope he holds on to it. So yeah, overall, Carter is a very, very nice figure. I like him a lot. He's got a cool design. I do like his head. He comes with a new weapon, and his armor's pretty cool. And obviously he's an essential part of Noble Team, so yeah. Very, very nice figure. I would recommend picking him up. Alrighty, so here we have Kat, who is, I have to say, probably one of the coolest Halo Minimates, just due to her design and her arm and stuff like that. It's just really cool. So here we got her helmet. It looks kind of like a scout helmet, maybe a ODST, kind of like a combination of the two. Again, I don't know which one, it just strikes me as a combination of those two. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. I really, really, really love the helmet here. Very, very cool. Love the color, love the design. Just very, very neat. And then on the top you got some white little squares there. I'm not sure what they're for. But whatever. I think this is like a light or something on her visor there. I'm sure that's what it is. Some sort of light. And just with Carter, you can remove Kat's helmet, revealing not such a great face, but I mean, it'll do. So let me show that off. There is Kat. I think the main problem with her is that her eyes are too big. They look a bit like another Minimate that I just recently reviewed, and that would be Zero. Very, very anime-looking eyes on her. I think really the only other thing that's wrong with this figure's face is that she looks way too happy. I mean, she's not, you know, specifically like grinning or anything like that, but just to me, she looks happy. And she was kind of a serious character. But yeah, I do like the face. just, there are a few problems that I have with it, but I can look past these problems. On her cheek here, you can see the scar, which was pretty much like her one big, you know, character thing, trait, not trait, but yeah, her trait was that she had a scar. That makes a lot of sense. Like, her one big defining, like, look, other than the arm, it was the scar on her face, for me anyway. And again, I don't have a problem with the painted on hair. If Kat's hair was longer, I would have a problem with it, but since she did cut it short, I really don't have a problem with it. Her armor is a very faithful representation of how it looked in the game, I think. Just the only thing that's wrong with it is that, you know, she doesn't have the, like, it's not skinnier, honestly. It's just, you know, it's on a regular Minimate chest block, so they couldn't have made it any skinnier. The big difference between this figure and all the others, and pretty much how it was in the game, this was the big thing that was different from her than different from anyone else, is her robotic arm. And they did an awesome job with it in Minimate form. I was really wondering how they were going to do it, but they did it pretty much just like a regular Minimate arm, only they made it skinnier, and they made it look very metalish, which is really, really awesome. You got some hints of blue on it. Blue. You can see she's got some fingers there. She's got 3 there, 1 there, so 4 fingers. So, confirmed, you heard it here first. If Minimates had hands, they'd have 4 fingers. On her other arm, same dealie. Got the gloves here. Pretty cool. Since blue is one of my favorite colors, and I really like light blues, I really, really love her color scheme. So yeah, this like really jumps out to me. It's a really, really cool design, I think. Her legs, same thing, same blue. Got some white on it, like just scattered throughout. Got it up there, kind of over there. Pretty cool. Again, boots are the same. Got a little stripe of white there, just like Carter did. So yeah. Just like Carter, Kat comes with a brand new weapon. This one, specifically, I've been waiting for quite a while, because it's probably one of the better weapons and one of the better designed weapons in the game. That is the pistol. Like the Halo 1 kind of era pistol. Very, very cool. So let me see what it looks like in her hand. Unfortunately, I could not get it to fit in her robotic hand, so this hand's just gonna have to make do. But yeah, it's a really nice handgun. I like the design. Glad they didn't just reuse the same old Minimate pistol, just colored it silver. And yeah, very, very nice. So that does it for Kat. Overall, I really like Kat. Her face is really the only thing that I don't like as much as the rest of her, but overall, really, really great figure. And you should definitely pick up this 2-pack. So, with this 2-pack, I have now finished collecting Noble Team, and honestly, I think these are some of the coolest Minimates out there. Definitely the best out of the Halo Minimates, just no doubt about that. And if it weren't for the recent announcements at Comic-Con, like they were going to do an anniversary line for Wave 4, including a Halo 1 design Master Chief, I would probably stop collecting Halo Minimates outright just right now. Because it's just variation after variation, and yeah. Noble Team was pretty much the highlight of the wave so far. If we can get the cast from ODST, that would be great. Because those are some of the only characters that I really enjoyed from the games, because they actually had personalities and such like that. And hey, who wouldn't want a Nathan Fillion Minimate? But anyway, that is it for Carter and Kat. A really great 2-pack, and if you want to collect Noble Team, obviously they're essential characters. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more reviews.